I'm just making sure everything's working, so just give me a moment. Sorry, I'm just making sure everything's working the way it's supposed to. Give me a couple minutes. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Uh, trying to press record for me putting this on YouTube, but it won't let me. Alright, so welcome everyone. This is Digital Dragons. If you've been watching on YouTube, like if been watching my videos on YouTube lately, you will have noticed that I've been playing most of this. That I've played most of this game. I'm on the last part or two. Hopefully, this is the last part, because I do want to get to um, its counterpart, uh, and I want to beat both of these before Scarlet and Violet come out. Uh, so that I can just go hard on doing those videos. Because I will be playing both Scarlet and Violet on here because they do have different stories a little bit. So I am going to be playing both of those. So this is Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth for the PlayStation 4. As of the last part on here, we're just about to beat the final boss. Yes, a new case has just been submitted to the office from a Digimon. I'd like you to take it. This case is a little tricky. It needs to be taken care of by a human. I'm too much of a Digimon at heart, and so I have decided you should take care of it. You may choose to begin whenever you like. As always, check the whiteboard, and when I'll have the client come over to her for a meeting. Terrimon's exclusive scoop. Rina Shimio's challenge. I want Digimon to be better friends with humans. Or I want Digimon to be better friends with humans. That's why I need a secret human scoop. Okay. Ah, you must be the detective in charge. When the interdimensional wall broke down, I was sent from the digital world to this one. Right now, there are Digimon in this world that are afraid. I don't know where they are, and think of humans as their enemies. I would like not to see humans as my enemy. I still like to think that there is a way for humans and Digimon can coexist peacefully. Okay. Just making sure that my mic was working, sorry. But I didn't know what to do, so that's when I heard about you guys and how you have solved many problems for Digimon. So I would like to examine you in details. Please show me all the good that humanity has to offer. Oh, hurrah! Thank you so much. Digital, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I know it's sudden, but there's another case I'd like you to take. Seems someone has run out on a bill at a restaurant in Shibuya. The restaurant staff is asking for help in tracking down the perpetrator. It's been a while since we've had a case fit for a detective. Please handle this one as well. Ah, you're the detective, aren't you? Please, right this way. I sent in the request. I work in the cafe. Please, I need your help tracking down and arresting this criminal who ran out without paying. Earlier today, around 2 p.m., a diner took up and left without paying for their meal. I was here in the cafe with my husband as usual. I was dealing with the customers and my husband was cooking. Then I think it was about 5 minutes to, and I went out the back door to go up and phone my friend and left my husband in charge of the cafe. While I was on the phone, I heard a voice cry from inside the cafe. It's a dine and dash. So I immediately hung up and went back into the cafe. But when I got inside, my husband wasn't there. He had run out of the cafe after the criminal. Before I went out for the phone call, there had been more than 20 customers in the cafe. But when I heard the shout and came back in, 4 of the customers had gone. As I thought my husband had gone after the criminal, I entrusted the cafe to a regular I knew and went out looking for the missing customers. Wow. Were you able to find the 4 missing customers in such a short amount of time? Honestly, I just got lucky. The dine dash occurred about 5 minutes after I went out back to make the phone call. These customers must have left during that time. I'm good with faces. It's sort of a talent of mine. They admit that they were all in the cafe. So I talked to each of them and listened to their stories, but I can't work out who it was. I'm sure one of them must be the criminal, but yeah, if you go in, one of them yells it's a dine and dash, and when you come back, 4 of them are gone. Only 4 customers are gone. Of course, one of them is going to be the criminal. So please, go ask each of them about this and catch the criminal. Surely the only one who is lying would be the criminal. The other 3 have no reason to lie. That is also true. Please investigate the crime. The dine dash happened at 2 p.m. exactly, right? At that time I had almost finished and gotten up to go to the restroom. I returned and heard a dine dash and there was a commotion in the cafe. It had nothing to do with me, so I put my money down and left. Yeah, the shouting voice was definitely the waiter. Nishiho is not the criminal. She's a beautiful woman, and I fell in love with her as soon as I first saw her, and spent the entire lunch eating cheap spicy curry and staring at her. But after someone shouted, "It's a dine and dash," Nishiho left the cafe. The criminal obviously ran out of the cafe before the shout. That would likely be true. I was the one who yelled, "It's a dine and dash." The cafe owner man who heard me went running after the criminal. I was curious about the dine and dasher, so after I went straight up to the counter, placed the money there, and then left. I can only see the criminal from behind. It was a woman. I tried to run after her too, but lost sight of both the waiter and the criminal. There was another person named Yotishu who left about the same time I did. No one behind the till, so I didn't know where to leave my money. But she left it by the register, so I did too. And I followed her out of the cafe. I also heard someone shout at Dine Dash, but I don't know who. It sounded like a man's voice. One man shouting once. How's it going? Do you know who the criminal is? Huh. Well, she said she brought it to the counter and said it was a girl. It was a girl who put some on the counter. The only other girl in this group put it on her table. Is the guy who put it on the counter, like the guy in the brown. And she also did not see the other owner there, and she heard them calling out as the Dine Dash after she had paid and left. Or she had paid and left. So I think it is her. So the nerd was saying that he was watching her the whole time. Which I believe was... Let me think it over again. So she said the Dine Dash happened at 2 p.m. exactly. So Yotusha had finished and had got up to go to the washroom. I returned and heard it's a Dine Dash, and there was a commotion in the cafe. It had nothing to do with me, so I put my money down and left. Okay, so she went to... Oh, okay. So she went to the washroom and came out. Okay, I thought she said it was on the table. Okay, so she put it down at the... Okay, and left. Oh! The shouting voice was definitely the waiter. So she followed her. He made sure that she wasn't... So it's him, which is Ichihara. Because his first words was saying, I was the one who yelled out, it's the Dine and Dash. So Ichihara. Sorry. You probably also all knew that for... Huh? Why me? I knew it. That's what I thought it was too, Digital. What? Never did I never did such a thing. If you think I'm the criminal, let's hear your explanation. Well, let's see. Out of the 4 customers, 2 of their stories most definitely didn't match. Isn't that right, Digital? It's the man who shouted at the waiter, or Ichihara. Yes, that's what I expected from you. Among the 4 people, there's conflicting testimonies. Who actually shouted, it's Dine and Dash? Was it the waiter or Ichihara? In that case, you would know your husband's voice well, as you hear him all the time, right? I'm sorry, I just heard a loud voice cry out suddenly. Can't remember if it was my husband's or not. Oh, I see. In any case, isn't it strange that Ichihara said he was the one who shouted, whereas Yatsuya claimed it was the waiter? So that must mean one of them is lying. Which means one of them is probably the criminal, right? Wait, but then why are you accusing me and not that Yatusha woman? Because of the other girl's testimony. Yes. So basically, we should trust in Nashiho and Senpai's testimony, right? Or Senpai's testimony, right? Yes, according to Nashiho, there's only one shout, so it can't have been both Ichihara and the waiter. According to Senpai, Nashiho left the cafe right after the dine and dash happened, and Nashiho and Yatusha left the cafe at almost the same time. So essentially, there's no one who can back up Ichihara's story. Yatusha's alibi is backed up by Nashiho and Senpai, and they're not the criminal, so we can believe them. That means Yatusha can't be the criminal. The criminal said the opposite of what Yatusha said. Yatusha told us the waiter shouted, but the one who said he himself shouted out was the criminal is Ichihara. Don't talk with such nonsense. I was definitely the one who shouted out. I called out to the other customers in the shop to warn them about what this stupid jerk was doing. I already told you I ran out after the criminal. Why are you blaming me? You should be thanking me. Ah, but he ran out, but he never paid. So either way, whether he was a criminal or not, he still never paid. And there's a husband. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I couldn't catch the criminal. Criminal's over here, this guy? You're the one who died and dashed. Mr. Policeman. This guy here is the one who ran out on his check. The young boy ran out on the check in your restaurant? Right then. He's coming down to the station with me. Even the husband concurred with us. Case closed. So digital, you really are as good as they say. Right, back to the office. I'm sure Kyoko will want to congratulate you on a job well done. And this is actually you there. Hold on for a second. You're the one who tracked the criminal down? Oh, that's me. Quite a few indeed. Thank you for your help catching this dine and dasher. Or whatever. I'm done with this. Huh? Of course. Great job working out. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter. Don't you guys get it? They're working together. How about now? I'm not a real cop. You should see your faces. You're members of the much talked about Shibuya Delight gang. Members of Delight love the thrill of getting away with crimes again and again, and we're impossible to catch. But you mean you actually enjoy running on checks at restaurants, doing bad stuff, and deceiving everyone? Tip of the iceberg, idiot. Do you really think that'd be enough to satisfy us? You've embarrassed us, and now you're gonna pay for that. We will get our revenge. First, I'm gonna spread a rumor that you couldn't catch the guy who did the dine and dash. Best detective around? I don't think so. But such a roundabout kind of revenge wouldn't be enough for us. Catch me if you can. If you can't, we're gonna keep doing bad stuff. They got away. Where do you think these guys are going? I heard something. A gang of thugs who always cause trouble around this neighborhood hang out in the Shibuya subway station. But don't ever think about going after them. Too dangerous. These guys are criminals. So we should leave this to police. We're detectives. Technically, we are police. Here's your fee, please. Don't be shy. You did a great job tracking down the criminal. I'm still going after them, of course. What about that guy? What the guy said about revenge? I don't know what it is. Revenge is when someone does something bad to you, so you do something bad back to them in return, right? Why should he say such a thing, though? It wasn't our fault he got arrested. It was his own fault for doing all those bad things. Nothing good ever comes from getting back at someone. Anyway, sorry. Should we go after these guys? Yep. Because they're going to the subway station, which... those guys are trying to use Digimon for evil purposes. They're probably abusing them all the time. We never use humans for anything. I never want to have this kind of relationship with humans. So I'm following the mini map. They're probably all the way at the end, at the boss stage. Wrong one. Well, they are interject. I can understand why all the tracks are like that, because they're they're all interconnecting, all run on the same system. So if one goes down, all go down. This one's the first one, I think. Yep. The one with the giant hand. Made out of trail cars. Well done, you managed to find us. To be honest, you guys came here to be defeated by us. Just came here to be defeated by us. But well done anyways. You guys use Digimon, don't you? Well, we happen to be hackers too, so let's go. We are the better Digimon masters, so you will see. Here, I brought this along me. Use it to fight this guy. Huh? Oh, Locomon. Or Grand Locomon. Grand Locomon. This is a Digimon found around here recently after we had a little chat or two with him. He became a nice and obedient little slave. The pride of the light has been insulted. Avenge me, little Digimon. Put the hurt on them. Little, he's bigger. It's huge. Thundercall 3. Judecca prison. I think I'm gonna finish the main playthrough of this today, and maybe tomorrow I will do the post game. I'll probably record the post game and put it on YouTube. Joust. Demonic disaster. Deca prison is stronger. Carrier tornado. Shield of the Drug. And there goes Grand Locomon. Ooh. Oh, Grand Locomon. Please don't kill me. What? That doesn't make any sense. How could that Digimon be defeated so easily? Never. I'll never forgive you. Digimon are no tools for you to use. We are flung into this world we don't know. Every day we struggle with terror and fear. There are Digimon being terrorized by humans, but there are also Digimon who believe there can be friendship between humans and Digimon. That Grand Locomon probably thought that. Humans are... That's true, not all humans are like that. You help any human who's in trouble, and even Digimon like me as well. We haven't spent much time together, even so, I know. You're kind and warm-hearted. Like Digital said, give yourselves up to the police, reflect on what you've done, and set it right. Even people like you can turn things around, so I'm going to try and trust in you. Yes, I will leave immediately. Well, I guess this turned out all well then, wouldn't you say? Well, Digital, I think that about does it for my case. You know, the reason I picked you wasn't just because you're a capable detective. I want to make friends with humans, but I myself was too afraid of them. So I asked you guys because you have a good reputation among Digimon. Humans like those guys I will never understand each other. Some part of me will always be afraid and never want to be around them. But when I see you, I understand whether it's a Digimon or a human. You have a way of looking at someone and gaining their trust. So I would like to be able to look at people in the face and be honest like you. I'd like to be able to make friends without being afraid. More than that, I want to go out and tell the Digimon of the world there are humans like you that they don't need to be afraid of. And finally, I would like to ask you something, Digital. My main hands may be small, but make a promise. Promise me, however hard it may be, you will never give up. You will create friendships between Digimon and humans, and do your very best. It is a promise. Aww. They don't show the pinky promise. But anyways, it was really awesome how you dealt with the case, Digital. Thanks. Okay, I'm off then. See you later. Well, it looks like things went like the client hoped. You and Terrymon both have grown a lot. Yeah. So I have this one. And boy A. I want to sell something from the past. The target is under 0. The purpose is revenge. Ooh. Oh, errata. So you'll come along with me after all. Great, thanks a lot, Digital. I mean, there's only one thing I have in mind for us to do, and it's to go and catch one of your really strong Digimon. All the crap I've had to put up with lately has meant I'm short on new Digimon. That's not good, none least. Besides, I also have some revenge I need to exact sooner or later, rather than later. We're going to under 0. sure you remember, but to get down to 0, we have to go through the Valhalla server. Won't be easy, I trust you to get us through. I can count on you, right? Okay. So I have to go... Gotta go to the Valhalla server. This is just so I don't have to run into a wild Digimon. As I'm going through here, because there's not much to say, I will say I'm going to be doing a few on my, these will be Patreon only videos, I believe. Link to my Patreon is in my bio, so you'll be able to see that, or if you're watching this on YouTube, it is linked in the description below. When I went with some Jude guys to take on Under Zero, we had been unstoppable in Eden up until then. Nobody could beat us, adults, cops, nobody. We figured Under Zero would be the same way, even with its reputation for being impregnable. But we hit a snag. When we got to the outer wall, the security Digimon showed up and kicked our asses. It was a complete and utter wash. But then, we didn't know anything about Digimon programs at all. We were only capable of doing analog hacking, which made us completely powerless to fight back. All we could do was grab our asses and run. Some of my buddies, they went crazy from the fear they felt there. Even the guys that were okay, they saw what they were up against and lost confidence in themselves. The whole thing made it vividly clear to us that we were little more than a pack of arrogant brats running wild. We let our pride get to us to the point where we bit off more than we could chew. The higher you rise, the further you fall, and all that. And one by one, people quit being hackers. It was the end of the legendary hacker group, Jude. I felt sorry for myself and hated to see it go. It sucked being powerless to stop them from leaving the team. I'd also had a constant fear in me I couldn't shake. Just remembering that time was enough to make me tremble with trauma. I didn't want anyone seeing me like that though, so I tried to buck up and make it seem I was fine. So that's why I see this as revenge. I'll make that security Digimon's power my own and finally rid myself of this regret. I'm not the punk-ass kid I was back then. I'm better than that. I'm better than my past. Now come on, let's go. Nightmon. Oh, so you're standing guard here. Color me happy. It's nice to see you again. Who are you? Don't tell me you've forgotten now. Seems that I have. At the very least, you're not in my memory banks. Well, anyways, I mean, it makes sense. Why would you? You beat us so fast. But I remember. Oh, I could never forget you. I don't understand. What is it you're speaking of? I don't understand what it is you're speaking of, but any intrusion will not be tolerated. Ah, yes, of course. That's just how it went the first time, too. Seriously, this is great. Wouldn't have it any other way. You're perfect, just the way you are. Unlike you, though, I'm a changed man. My legs don't shake and my hands cleared up now. I've grown up. I'm here to get vengeance for my friends. I'll kick your ass and march right on through. Won't lose this time, not with my friend Digital at my side here. It's only an ultimate level. Anyway, so as I was saying, I'm going to be doing some Patreon-only exclusive videos. These will be available for tiers 2 and up. As right now, I do have videos on there that are for tiers 3 and up. Where I'm going to go through the different universes. Starting, hopefully, as this will take a while for me to do. These will take a while for me to do. But to put an actual, to do an actual chronological timeline for different universes, starting with the Digimon universe. And I know the Digimon universe is it has multiple worlds, so it is a split timeline and a multi-universal universe. But I also know there was a time before the split universes. So I'm gonna put all the games, because all the games and all the movies and all the shows, those are part of the chronological order. They are canon. All of them are. Just where they fit is where we gotta what I gotta figure out, and do a complete Digimon timeline. Tell where creation starts and go from there. There's the Aboromon. Where the creation of the digital world started, how it actually happened, and go forward from there. Because we do have a technical start, but I think that's just the start of the southern quadrant. I've probably been burdened to you guys with the Digimon I've kept with me until now. Now that I got this guy, I can go on with you all. I want to see this thing through to the end. Don't make me say it seriously. Damn it. Didn't I tell you before? Quit with the staring already. Jeez. So there is something with that central thing that you'll not see in this game. You won't see this in this game, you will see it in its parallel with Hacker's Memory. But you will see what's with that. Anyways. So I plan on doing a complete timeline of God of War series, the Pokemon universe, where the game, because the Pokemon universe is also huge and multiversal, as explained in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So every movie, every show, every movie, every TV show, every game, every manga is still technically canon, but not all of it's the same from the same universe. Take it the boys' rite of passage is over now. The final phase is at hand. I hope there aren't any lingering regrets once it's over. I want to match with you. I want to show you my passion, my morning Soup keeps me strong. Gonna go heal. So I'm gonna be doing a bunch of world building type of things. Well, not world building, explaining the multiverse series of different universes, of the different series. So you will see those, like I said, tiers 2 and above will be able to see those. Tiers 3 and above will be able to see my other content, which is where I read books and react to movies. Right now I'm working on the I Am Number 4 book, and then I'm going to watch the movie after I'm done the book. So you will see that. She wants you to go back to a memorable spot. You two share? Probably where Barbamon. But here at least kind of stuff like parallel worlds. Nobody is more expert than our one and only Miri. Anyway. So you'll see you'll see some videos in the near future. You're working on another case for Arena? You two detectives have really extended your reach, I'd say. Take it you're here because you need to ask me about something then. You seem trying to figure out where this memorable spot of hers is. Someplace that connects you both, surely you should know where to go, no? Are you really sure you can't think of anything? No, nothing rings a bell. Nice, Shinjuku where you first met. Shinjuku parallel world, but it was still Shinjuku nevertheless. She can't have gone back to the parallel world. You would need the power of Mastamon to facilitate such a journey. Maybe there's... Where else could she be then? Did you forget that I'm a fortune teller? Of course I'd know. That's my job. Why didn't I tell you sooner? That's a fair point. I'll give you that. But the future is ever changing, so I stay quiet just in case. Hey, what's the big deal? What's so important that you gotta keep a girl waiting this long? I've been waiting for you here this whole time. That didn't mean you had permission to take your sweet time. Don't tell me you're standing me up. You are, aren't you? I bet you weren't even going to tell me, huh? You just said yes to shut me up. I bet. What other reasons did you have to... Huh? You don't remember the spot I'm at? Oh, that's so mean. How could you forget our special spot? It's... Asakusa. You hear me? Asakusa. What else would it be? That doesn't ring any bells? Can't believe you. It'd be the one thing if you just forgot why it was Akatsuka, but not even knowing? I can't even. Whatever. Now you know. Get your butt over to Asakusa. We can fight already. Got it? Yeah, that's where we fought Barbamon. I predicted this would happen too. That's not even... What's with that expression? I'm merely telling you the truth. Listen, to get results in life, there's a process one must go through, and that process is already set in stone. Indeed, history itself, the ebb and flow of each soul's lifespan, it's all predetermined. Humans are merely walking along the path laid before them. Granted, sometimes you can take a more proactive role in these proceedings, And when faced with a critical juncture go along one of several paths. The end result is that multiple potential futures can exist. Go right, and there's one future. Go left, another one. Where you are right now is decided in those pivotal moments. Such choices even revise the past itself. The choices we make in life are profoundly powerful, mustn't be disregarded entirely as mechanizations of mere fate. As a result, nobody can be truly certain of what comes next until a choice has been definitely made one way or the other. It's true for everyone, even I'm subject to these limitations, alas. Enough philosophizing though. Rina is waiting for you in Asakusa. Sorry if I mispronounced any of these names. I'm not Japanese and I don't know proper Japanese spelling. I'm just going by the words and how it looks like it should be pronounced. Go forth and see what sort of face awaits you in her making that choice. So I will say while I'm doing this, while I'm going here, I have been moving around places, like here. I can back up all the way to the window. Well, I can't right now because I'm attached by my headphones. But I could. I had a couch back here that I moved to behind the computer and turned that section over there because the place where I am is a 2-bedroom apartment. The second bedroom is too small to make into my recording office. Too awkwardly angled and the window is weird. Yeah. Anyways, I can't turn that into an office. So I turned my living room into my office. But I still do need a living room for when I have guests over. So I've turned my dining room, or most of my dining room, into my office. I have a couch, a table, and I have my 2-seater, which was behind me. I have my table, and I have a 3-seater. So it's technically my dining room / living room. So I can do a lot more things back here. I can play the sports games, like Wii Fit, Wii Bowling, and not have to worry about, like, where do I get room? So I've been doing some of those sports games as well. I like how I can literally turn invisible right in front of them and they don't even bat an eye. Anyways. So yeah, like I said, I will be updating this. Like I will be updating my gameplay so I can do full length, like full body videos for when I do sports. Like the sports games, like Wii Sports Resort, and stuff like that. Even Switch Sports, I might get that game. But I made it. I'm so relieved. Wait, why did I ask you to come out here again? Oh, duh, of course, I wanted to have a bit of a spar with you and your Digimon. Huh? Why, Asakusa? That question again. I told you. It holds a lot of memories. I think this area is really I think it is on this area really fondly. What do you mean it's just me? You don't feel the same way? Well, for me, Asakusa is an important place I'll always remember because that's where I first had me some Dunzu. Don't give me that look, Dunzu. You know, dojo. Not for the martial arts place, but pond loaches, fish, red one, in a hot pot. Asakusa is famous for it. Huh? That's not what confuses you? Oh, hush. You're worrying too much now. Water on the bridge. Let's just move on already. We are having this some fighting to do. Fight, fight, fight. Yeah. So pumped. Let's do this. Jeez, what's with all those questions? Now you want to know why I want to fight you? I want to fight you being with to begin with? How many times do I gotta repeat it all? I just wanna. I feel it down to my bones. I need to do this, or else I'll keep feeling restless. Oh, that was fast. Examon and let's go all for Digimon. Dragon's Glory.
Shining Paper!
It works differently. And yes, I have been playing. If you've noticed, actually, I probably just started this week. You'll notice that I've been playing on YouTube. My Digimon Survive. A little bit. It's quite a bit different than. Than any other Digimon game.
Shining Paper!
There. This will be it. Hey, yeah, strong. Wow. That was a really great fight. I have nothing left to pass onto you, my student. No, you're the master. You'll leave me. Still don't know why I challenged you today? Who cares? Don't think too deeply about it. It's boring to give a reason for everything, isn't it? I just wanted to test my strength against you and see who's stronger, that's all. That's what fights are all about. What getting stronger is all about, too. Trying yourself to others and seeing who's really better. Whew. You really are one tough customer. Digital, seeing that for myself is all the reward I need. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I'm gonna go now. Catch you later. She has to return to her world at some point. I see that look on your face. You're wondering what the point of all this is, of it all is? This one. I'm not telling. Yeah, that sounds like her. Ah, so she was after a fight with you to see which of you was stronger. You know, deep down I bet she was worried about how her own world is doing how her own world is doing these days and was looking for her own way to express that. Maybe she wanted to test you to see if you were up to the job of being played. I might be a little biased here and give the present given the present company, but you kids have really turned out to be quite something. That being said, I agree with her thoughts on trying to find a reason for everything. I'm not too fond of dwelling on such stuff either. The world's just too full of things that can't be solved with pure reason to value it too highly, in my book. If only we could be as unabashedly encouraging as Rena. Let's be grateful she's on our side. Good work as always, Digital. Unlock Digivolution to all 4 Digimon. That was before, because I've played this multiple times. So I know I said I was going to finish this today, but I think I'm going to finish it tomorrow. I'm not going to go back onto my normal schedule until next month. So this month I am just... And by next month, I mean the 2nd. Because I have something planned for the first. You will see. I will be saying it a little bit closer to the time, but for now, just know that I have something planned. So tomorrow, I'm going to finish this game and start the second game, because like I said, I want to get it completed before the end of the month, or before Scarlet and Violet come out, because I'm going to be playing those quite a bit. And with Scarlet and Violet, I'm going to be playing it until I've beaten the game, at least beaten both games at least once. I'm probably going to have the day it comes out playing one of them from the beginning. I don't know which one. Right now we don't know any of the Virgin exclusives or anything like that. So we'll be able to... I'm just going on Cerebi. Just based on the legendary, I think I'm gonna start with Scarlet and then play Violet. Don't get me wrong, I love I love both of the legendaries. They're dragons. I mean, come on. But I'm going to be doing some. But just I'm continuously doing some research. It's supposed to come out on the 18th of November. So in 5 weeks. So I should have time to be able to play the Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory in those 8 weeks. Though I might be playing it every day for like an hour or so at a time. So it's basically going to be Digimon for a little bit of time. Just because, like I said, I want to play, I want to beat it before the new Pokemon games come out. Because I'm going to be I have big plans for the new Pokemon, for what I'm going to do with the new Pokemon games. I still gotta finish my Pokemon. I'm hoping that I can beat the next game in the next before the end of the month, like Hacker's Memory before the end of the month. Because before Scarlet and Violet, I also want to finish my Sword and Shield monotype challenges. So, and I'm doing that all on YouTube, so it's not gonna be on Twitch. So you will still see some of the parts. So I just want to finish all the things that I'm working on, like all the games that I've started that I haven't completed yet. I want to finish them before the new Scarlet and Violet come out. So that's 5 weeks to do a lot of it. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time because I still got to I still got to finish doing some of this stuff. The two bookshelves that used to be in my background, those are going to be bookshelves because I'm turning my spare bedroom, because right now it's just storage. But I'm going to be turning that into a library / art room because I still do art, and I'm delving into some digital art, but I got to work on that a little bit more. That's going to be so I'm going to have all my books. That's where I'm going to do recording for my series, my Patreon series. Once I get that set up, there are quite a few things I want to do with it. So, I'm planning to do, like I said, I'm planning to do a lot with that. So, you will see it in the future. I'll let you know when I'm close to it. I am selling a few things on Marketplace. That are not linked to this account, so you won't know it's from me. Except for the people who know me will probably know it's me. But I am selling a few things because I want to deck that out nicely. Like I said, I have a couple of bookshelves. I want to get a couple more, put books on it, put all my game cases on it. I want to make it look nice there. Right now I have it used to be like right here where you see all the stuffies. But I kind of moved it so that it is right there. My filing cabinet. I am going to be going through this, setting it up so that it's an actual filing cabinet and not just storage. As I'm doing a bunch of things with it, I am going to take one of these, and because I'm making a game, so I'm going to choose one of these and turn it into my one for my game. I'm doing a lot of things in here that some you'll see, some you won't see. It all depends. As I might have once I complete my game, it's I'm probably gonna have a few of my friends that we're gonna be playing it. That's again for the future. I might do it on this channel, might do it on Patreon, I might do it on Twitch, or I might do it on YouTube. It all depends on what we decide. I'm going to be doing some Steam games later on in the future as well. Like I do plan on playing Raft. We're just waiting for a couple more people to get the game before we can actually play it. So we will be playing that game. It's me and 3 other people, so we're doing quite a bit with it. Yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of things, a lot of new things in the near future. I will be continuing doing my my Legends Arceus runs, because that's a phenomenal game, and I'm pretty sure even after Scarlet and Violet comes out, I'm still going to be playing that a lot. Like, I still play a lot of the older games. I am still going to be playing my Pokemon Emerald or my Pokemon Emerald randomizer. Um, or not randomizer, Nuzlocke. Like I said, it is a ROM hack. Um, just to give it a little bit more of just to give it a little bit of a difference to normal Emerald. I am going to do regular Nuzlocks on regular Pokemon, like on ROM on non-hacked Pokemon games. Like I said, these are ROM hacks, so while I own the actual physical game, like I do own Emerald like as the cartridge. And I do plan on getting the attachment for the Xbox so that I can actually play the actual cartridges on my stream, and I do plan on that in the future. But that's expensive to get. Um, so you will see that in the future. When it all depends on when I can get a nice one with everything included, with every like the disc included. Because a lot of times you can get the actual the bottom dock, or the disc, but it's hard to get them together, and they're usually around the same price, anyways. So I have seen sometimes you can get both together, and it's just the $200, but they're like $100 each. So either way, it's $200 to get the complete set of it. Like I said, I do plan on getting it, so you will see in the future that I will have the actual cartridges. I just it's the same reason why I like fan fiction. It's the reason why I like the ROM hacks. Because it's the audience interpretation of taking that world and either fixing it or upgrading it or changing it to their narrative style. And I love that. And like, say I created a game or a show or whatever, or a book or whatever, I would absolutely love if people would make like fan fiction dubs, like fan dubbed stuff like that. Like, I would love for people to do that, just so that I can get their aspects of what they think it should have been, or how it should have gone, or how it should go in the future, stuff like that. That's how I think of it. It's letting the fans have a kind of voice, even if it's not canon, like the strict canon. That it's because we know with Pokemon there is a multiverse. We know it as of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. There is a multiverse. As spoiler alert, the Delta episode of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Basically, they had a plan. Like, the scientists had a plan to, like, there's a meteor coming to basically destroy the planet. They had a plan to basically create a portal to put it into another universe, and out of their way to save their planet, but sacrificing another. So we know that there is multiple universes, because it was going to a completely different universe. They were completely taking that meteor out of their universe. They were sending it to another. And of course with the ultra wormholes, there's the ultra space, and the universe is there. And we know that Pyopal, which was from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, was a starter in another universe. So, like, there are multiverses. And these ROM hacks might not be canon, but they could be from another universe. And that's how I think of it. I know Nintendo doesn't like that, and I understand that. They don't want people messing with their code or their games, and I completely understand that. But once they let it out and people buy it, it's no longer theirs. It's the customers. So they can't really say what goes on in their games. They can say what happens in canon. Like, they have 100% control of what happens in canon. But they cannot say what happens in the non-canon universe, and which is what ROM hacks are. So I agree. Well, I understand where they're coming from, where they don't like their code being um, manipulated in that way. Once they put the game out and they sell it to people, it's like basically the ROMs, which are basically the code put onto a computer instead of on the cartridges. It's the same code. Um, People bought the cartridge to upload the ROM. So I believe as long as they have a physical copy of that game, like of the game that's hacked, whether they get it like they get the game online or not, as long as they have the physical cartridge that they bought, it shouldn't matter what's done with them. Like what's done with the electronic, like the computer versions. Like I can understand why they don't want like none of the ROM hacks are paid for. Like you cannot pay for them because you do not have license and they are copyrighted, so you cannot make money. Like you cannot make money off of these off of ROM hacks, which is why all ROM hacks are free, except for if they completely create their own, which is different. Because there are some that take the games as base, but create their own game. And while they cannot actually sell it, they can they cannot copyright it. They can sell it because they made their own game. But like I said, is like the Emerald ROM hack that I have. That's just like a little bit of the couple of things of the codes are changed or added and stuff like that. It's still Emerald. But games like your Pokemon Uranium and stuff like that, the other like those other ROM hacks. I'm not talking about the Kaizo games because those are the games just added to the base games, but just things added or changed in the codes. Those are the same base games. However, like say Uranium and those kind of games that make their own code out of like basing it off of the original, like the game, the Nintendo codes, that's different because they created their own game based off of the code, which is different. They cannot copyright it because it's Pokemon. They're using the Pokemon, but they can sell them, and some do. The ones that are just like changing small, like using the code but changing things in the code, that's different. When you're creating your own code and stuff like that, but still using some of the codes like the Pokemon codes and stuff like that, creating your own, that's different. It's the same. Like they can't really make, like they can't copyright. They can't do a lot of things with it. They can sell it, and some do. A lot of people don't because they believe that the ROM fandoms deserve them because it's computer. They can just download it from the computer. So most do not sell them. Well, some do, which is completely within their right because they wrote those codes. They're basically selling their coded game to people, which is allowed. They just cannot say that. They just have to say that all base elements go to Pokemon. It's the same with any kind of fan fiction or what if storylines. And there is a difference between fan fiction and what if storylines. What if storylines are video. Fan fictions are stories, so written stuff, kind of like a script. So there are differences between the two. So a lot of people like, because what ifs are basically a videoed version of like what if this happened instead of this? Because even DC and because even Marvel's and DC has done what if storylines. So these are just non-canon what if storylines, like fan-made what if storylines, or fan fictions or whatever. So these ROM hacks, I know they say hacks in them. They're basically what if storylines, and that's how how Nintendo should think of them as. But they don't. They don't like them, and I understand that. And they don't like the Nuzlocke experience, which is weird, which is completely stupid. It's basically just fan made. Like, they don't change the game whatsoever. All they do is change how they play the game, which they can't dictate. I can understand the hacks, and I can understand that how they wouldn't like the randomizers. And I can understand that, because that's hacking the game, and a lot of places don't like you hacking things. So I can understand some things, and I don't like other things with it, but that's how you got to do it. But either way, I am going to continue on with my Emerald Nuzlocke, my Emerald What If Nuzlocke. There, it's not going to be a hack, a ROM hack. It is a Pokemon Emerald What If. Basically, it's what if all the Pokemon from first, second, and third generation could be catchable, including starters and legendaries, and you start with one of the legendary birds instead of one of the original starters. That's the what if. So I will be continuing that. I don't know if I'm going to continue it before or after Scarlet and Violet comes out, because I have big plans for what I'm going to do with Scarlet and Violet. Like huge plans. So you will see that in the future. I can guarantee that. Though, like I always do, I will be playing it vanilla the first time I play it. So basically, I'm going to be playing it. I'm going to be playing it for the first time as a normal playthrough, just through the game, playing the game, no added rules, no nothing. This is just how I would go through it. Then I'm going to add some rules later to other playthroughs. Like I might do a Nuzlocke in here. I might do a hardcore Nuzlocke, which is basically base Nuzlocke rules, but adding a bunch of other rules on top of that. It all depends on how I go through it. I might do a hardcore Nuzlocke on Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. That's just self-imposed rules that are not actually modifying the game whatsoever. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of things with Pokemon. I'm going to do a bunch of things with Digimon. And I'm going to be playing some older games as well. I'm going to continue on with XD Gale of Darkness, as honestly, it's one of my favorite games. XD and Coliseum are two of my favorite Gen 3 games. It's like XD, Coliseum, and Emerald are my three favorite Gen 3 games. The other ones are just like, I understand. It's like Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's like Gen 1's been done thousands of times. Though I do like the orange, like the Sevi Island series portions of it. And I might do something with Fire Red and Leaf Green. You might see that in the future. You might not. It all depends. I'm going to be doing some, like I said, out here I have space to do some sports games, and so you're going to see me do some sports game on all three consoles, like all three companies. So I have Nintendo sports games, I have Xbox sports games, well, I have Xbox 360 sports games, well, or Kinect games. They're sports games. And I have PlayStation sports games. So I will be playing a bunch of different things. I'm not just a Digimon channel. I'm not just a Pokemon channel. I play a lot. I play console games. And while I will throw some non-console games in there, I'm mainly a console game channel. Like, I like the physical copies. Like, I have a bunch of just games. Like, a bunch of just games. Um, so I'm going to be playing them. I'm going to try to get my PSP to work through through this. Gonna get trying to get a PSP camera that works again, because mine doesn't. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of things with this. You will see a bunch of new things on this channel. You will see a bunch of just. I'm not going to just throw them all at you guys. I'm going to integrate them slowly into this. But I'm going to actually go through the games that I have. The games that I've played on this channel and finish them. So you'll see me finishing Tales of Grace F. You'll see me finishing Digimon World 3. You'll see me finishing probably the God of War series. Actually, you will see me finish that series, like completely. Um, I won't be playing God of War Ragnarok because I do not have a PS5. That's going to be waiting a couple of years until it goes on sale, because $700 is just too expensive for me. Unless I can make enough money through these channels that I have to get one sooner, then I won't be able to. But I have the NES, I have the Super NES, I have the Sega Master System, I have the Sega Genesis, I have the PlayStation 2, which is backwards compatible for the PlayStation 1 games. I have the Xbox 360, I have the 64, the GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U, the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 3 and 4. So I have a bunch of consoles. I do plan on getting the original Xbox, because not all games are backwards compatible for the Xbox 360. The one game that I do have is, and I have tested it. I have the Soul Calibur 2 for the PlayStation, or for the Xbox 360. Well, I have Soul Calibur 2 for all three consoles that came out: the GameCube, the Xbox 360, and the PlayStation 2. So you will see those games. I think I'm working backwards from Soul Calibur 6 down, because I still need to get a Sega Dreamcast to be able to play the original Soul Calibur series, like the original Soul Calibur game, which I do plan on getting. I will be getting the Xbox One and probably the Xbox Series X if there comes a game that I would like to play that does not come out on the Switch or the PS5. I'll be getting the PS5 before I get the Xbox Series X. That is a fact. Because all the game, but it's like there's only one game that I would get. Well, maybe two games that I'd get on the PS5 right now. And one of them I can get on the PS4, which is Spider-Man Miles Morales. But I can get, like, the only one that I cannot get on the PS4 that I want to get is God of War Ragnarok. But it's like one game. It's just one game. But say if a Digimon game comes out for the PS5, but not the PS4, unlike Digimon Survive, but like Digimon's come back from like bad reviews from Digimon before, like the fourth season. There's so many bad reviews for Digimon Frontier. And while I don't agree with a lot of them, I do agree with some of them. Out of all the Digimon series that I've watched, Frontier is the worst of them in terms of how they went about the Digimon, like the Chosen Children. Now, that being said, the storyline and the actual arcs themselves, phenomenal story arcs. It's like they couldn't have done better with the story arcs and the actual dialogue and everything like that of Frontier. It's like both English and Japanese. Like you could not have gotten better with what they had at the time. So like, yes, people criticize that they went completely off script with the chosen children not having a partner Digimon, but actually fusing with the spirits of warrior Digimons to become Digimon themselves. They kind of went off script with that, but then they went back to basics with the Digimon Data Squad. Then they went off of base again with Cross Wars and Hunters, which honestly they did much better. They took what people liked about the second season, which was the fusing of Digimon or the Jogris, or the DNA Digivolution, and turned it into kind of like the main thing there. There was evolution, don't get me wrong. But it was evolution, super evolution instead of Digivolution, which is different. It's kind of like Warp Digivolution. They become Mega, basically. They revamped a lot of the artwork of the Digimon. Like they revamped Greymon and stuff like that. And then, of course, Digimon Adventures 2020, which I haven't seen yet. But it's basically recreated. I do plan on watching it, don't get me wrong. I 100% plan on watching it. I actually might watch it on my Patreon channel as one of my reactions. For tiers 3 and above. Don't get me wrong. I might start with that and then go through the original like I'm going to go through the complete Digimon series. So I will be watching Digimon Adventures 2020, Digimon Adventure 02, Digimon Adventures Try, Tamers, Frontier, Data Squad, and then Fusion. I prefer Cross Wars to Fusion. I prefer Hunters to. I do prefer Hunters to the original name. So you will see me doing a bunch of reactions to Digimon series, to the complete Digimon series. I might not do the complete Pokemon series reaction videos, because there are about as of right now, just released in North America, 1,180 episodes. Yeah. In Japan, there are only a few episodes above us. At 1,217 is the next episode. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit hectic to do all those. I might do it in the future. It's going to take a while. But you might see it in the future. You might not. It all depends. But I will say you will see the complete Digimon series. I will be watching some movies I've never seen before. I might be watching movies with a couple of people that may have not seen the movies before, but I have. It all depends on at the time what movie I watch and what who I would watch it with. Or they might have not watched it since it first came out and then just like yeah. So like I will be doing the Percy Jackson series, both movies, and once they come out the TV series. I will be waiting a couple of, I will be waiting until the first season ends of the TV series before I watch the full first season, so that people can actually get used, watch the shows on their own, and then get my reaction of it. except for the pilot episode. I'm going to do that first. So you will see a bunch of. So you will see me doing a bunch of things in the near future. These are just things that I'm going to do that you will see me doing on Patreon and YouTube and Twitch. I will in the near future be doing more cooking videos for those who like my cooking videos. My kitchen here is a little bit smaller than my other kitchen that I was recording in, so you will see a difference. But I will not be live streaming them. I will be recording them and then posting them on YouTube. Those are going to be YouTube only videos. My Patreon videos, my Patreon exclusive videos are my reaction videos. So you will see those on Patreon. And then of course, my Twitch videos are going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be doing some different things with Twitch. So you will see a few things with Twitch, some new things with Twitch that I plan on doing. Like I said, please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and of course, hit the notification button so you can get notified of upcoming videos. Please subscribe, follow, and share on Twitch. And please support me on Patreon so that I can. Please support me on Patreon. Tiers 2 and above will get a shout out in every single videos. Tier 1s, all the money from Tier 1s goes right back into the channel. I do not use any of it for personal. It all goes right back into the channel. Either getting books, getting games, whatever. Getting stuff from my background. None of it is for me personally. Oh, I guess technically it is for me personally, but it all goes back into the channel. Like I might get something like an upgraded camera or stuff like that. So you will see an update in some. You will see some upgrades. Well, you might not actually see them, but you will probably notice them. Some new upgrades that I'll be using that money for. It is the cheapest one, but it is a bit more expensive than some people would think for a tier 1 with no shoutouts. But tiers 2, you do get shoutouts on every single video, and of course you get some exclusive content. Tiers 3 gets all the exclusive all tiers 3 and above, all exclusive content. And tiers 4, you will tiers 3, you get exclusive content plus what you get from tiers 2. You get a shout out in every video. And tiers 4, everything from tiers 2 and 3, as well as you will be going into the draw for a giveaway. I will try to do a giveaway every month. Try. I cannot guarantee that. I will. But all the money that half the money that goes towards a tier 4 Patreon goes directly to the giveaway. So it goes back to you guys. Directly. Technically indirectly. Because I put things, I specialize things, I get things that, you guys get things from me, other things that I put on the channel. I'll use it to put things for the channel, but a lot of those things I put for the channel will go towards giveaways. Say, I get a graded Pokemon or Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering card. That could go, if I pay for that through the money from through the money from tier 4 subscriptions, that goes to the giveaway. I don't keep any of that. If it's snacks, then I'll try some of the snack just to open it up on camera, but the rest goes into the giveaway. It's I already have for the first give. This is different. This is I'm putting together this giveaway with my own money. This is from my pocket to you guys. It's money. It's things that I have. Things I've opened up on Twitch. Things that I've it's all things that I've done on Twitch. There's snacks that I've opened on Twitch. There's some things I've unboxed on Twitch through my unboxings. There's things I've talked about on Twitch through my through when I was at Algonquin Park, which I'm, like I said, I'm no longer at. I'm back home for the rest of the, like, for the winter season. It all depends on you guys if I go back there or not. Because the more Patreons, the more subscribers that I have, the more chance I can do this full time, and this can be my full time job going forward, which I do want. I would love to do this full time. That's my end goal for this. Well, I guess that's my starting goal. That's my first goal for this. I was like, because I'm gonna have more goals in the future. Turning this into my full time job, that's just going to be my first goal. not my end goal. It's like, I love this. Like, I love to create communities. Like, I would love to create a wonderful community with my channels, Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube. Go to PAX. Go to some. Go to a bunch of different meet and greets with people. Do giveaways out of my own pocket. But it's like right now I can't do that. For now. Because for the next few months while I'm on EI, because between seasons I'm going to be on EI. So I will be working with you guys, going hard on this channel for as long as I can. Before I either have to slow down to do other work, like a job, like another job to have income, or if I continue doing this full time because I make enough money through Twitch, YouTube, and Patreon to survive or to live. I won't tell you how much I would need to do this full time, because that's personal. Then I don't want to force anyone. But once I'm consistently making this amount every month, then I'll be doing this full time. And that's my plan. I hope you guys will help me do that, because I love this community. Like, I love my community. I love working with this. I'm probably going to go around my town to do special events like Armed Forces Day, Canada Day, stuff like that. That my city does. It's like, so you'll see me do a bunch of things, and of course, if I move, which I might not. It all depends. Probably gonna one day move from this place because I'm renting this place. As I do want to have my own place where I'm not renting from, or I'm basically owning a place, putting money towards mortgage. That's what I do want to do. That's one of my goals as well. As I do have a bucket list, kinda. Basically, it's a bucket list of things that I did not come up with any of the things on the list. It's other people come up with things for my bucket list. Sorry. I will be showing I will be going through. I think tomorrow it's going to be not me playing video games. I think I'm going to continue this on Saturday. Finish actually the main playthrough for this on Saturday. But tomorrow I think I'm going to go through all my consoles, all the games that I have, so that you can see the games that I have, the games I'm plan on playing, stuff like that. Right now I'm not going to be playing much of my handheld console games like the DS or the 3DS games or the PSP games. The Game Boy Advance games, I'm going to be having the ROM versions on an emulator. But only the games I actually have the physical copy for. I'm not just going to play a game that I do not have the physical copy for, because I do not believe that's right. But I will be playing the games that I do have the physical copy for, and I'll show you all the games that I have, so that you know what games could possibly pop up because of that. The DS and the 3DS and the PSP, the PSP games, I had to wait until I get a cord that works, because I think the cord that I have that hooks it up to a TV is not working. I'm gonna see if I can get one to HDMI to attach to my capture card here, my HDMI capture card. But the DS and 3DS I do not have. It's different, as they may have a port, but that's an input only. They do not have an output. So having an external capture card does not work for those. While I would love to get a capture card, like a 3DS capture card, they do actually have to go into the system and attach a device that enables it to use a capture card. It's a little device, something that they solder in, that gives it an output. So Nintendo has cracked down on that. Which, if they would have just put an output port on it, none of that would have had to happen. But they none of them. None of the... It's like, the Game Boy Advance, they had an output port. It's like, but the DS and the 3DS and the new 3DS, like, even if they would have done for the new 3DS XL, an output port, because I knew people wanted it, but they didn't. It's like, this is my new 3DS XL. Take the case off. It has an infrared thing at the back. And the power. But no output port. Which makes no sense. It's like, you'd think a company as big as Nintendo would do something like that. Just so people who want to play the handheld consoles on a big screen can. But no, they didn't. They decided not to. So people have decided to rectify that. And Nintendo has cracked down on that. It's like, you can't tell people what to do to their own console, to a console that they bought. Yeah, you can't have it both ways. Getting your money by selling something, but still have authority over it. Anyways, that's something that's ridiculous, but I can't change. So for now, I will end this here. It's been like quite a bit after I stopped, so I will be saving this here. I will be continuing this on Saturday. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll go through all my consoles, show you all the ones that I have, and show that they are the original consoles, not the not the newer ones that have the pre-built games installed into them. Like these, like I have an actual NES and Super NES. Show you all the games. I have hard copy games, so you'll see the console games that I have. So you'll know relatively what I'm going to be getting, like what I'm going to be playing in the future. Because I do plan on all the games that I have. I do plan on playing. And I will be getting some games in the future. Some games I might not like due to the playstyle, because I might not like. I have Forza 2, but it's a racing game. I'm not a big racing game fan. But I'm gonna play it. Say, because I might like it. Like I might play more, depending on whether you guys want me to play more or not. It all depends. It all depends on you guys. So if you guys want me to play some of those games, I'll play them. I might not like them, but I do respect them as games. Like, I do respect them as a genre of games. They're not my type of game. Just like some of the games that I play might not be your kind of game. So yeah, we'll go for that in the future. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be playing, or I'm not going to be playing any game. I'm going to be showing off my. Basically, I'm going to be showing off my game collections and my console collection. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Yeah. Thank you and good night.